Hello and welcome to the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. My name is Kael. I am incredibly influential.
My name is Maxwell, and I am highly successful.
Today is Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023, as we're recording this. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Happy almost Thanksgiving, Maxwell.
Happy almost Thanksgiving.
I'm very excited. Do you know why I'm very excited?
Why is that?
Because Christmas starts tomorrow. We've got like maybe 13 hours before it officially starts, because we'll see Santa at the end of the Macy's parade. And you know what, I've been looking forward to that all year. I need Christmas this year, man. Christmas is hard going without it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Christmas is what we make of it.
I agree, and I make a lot out of it because it's fucking great.
That's good.
Are you a big Christmas guy?
I mean, I've done things on Christmas, but I guess its meaning to me is variable.
Well, I mean, everybody's done things on Christmas. Oh, who's that? Do we have a guest with us this episode?
I'm at home with my mom.
Oh, is that Ping? Tell Ping I said hi.
She's in another room, but I don't have a
Oh,
door, so
oh,
you can hear everything.
that's cool. My parents are in their room. I'm in the living room right now. So I'm down in full disclosure, everyone. I'm down in Florida right now. Chilling, vibing, having a good time. I'm loving this music that you have on in the background. Loving
Thanks.
that.
Sorry, I can't change it or stop it. I mean, unless I got up and moved.
I mean, you could get up and moved. I'm probably gonna have to get up and moved.
Do you want me to ask to turn it off?
Just,
Is it distracting?
no, just do like 2 notches down. It'll be fine.
Well, I can't control the volume from where I'm sitting.
Can you
It's not my
control?
music.
Can you control your attitude towards it though? That's the real question. That's what I want to know. I
You
need to
mean
know
to
if you can.
you mean to care about it?
I love your mom, dude. I love your mom, dude. Tell her I said hi for real. For real. Tell her I said hi.
All right, I'll tell her during the break.
Perfect. Perfect. Um. So how's your break been so far?
It's
What you
been
been up
okay.
to? Yeah.
Seeing family, trying to see family.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I've I've done pretty well family wise. I've seen saw my stepmom's parents. Um, said hi to my grandma. Um, like my grandma, the one in the urn. Um, yeah, said hi to her, and then what else did I do today or this week so far? See, I got here on Saturday. Yeah, I got here on Saturday. So I've just been chilling. I can't believe I've already been here 5 days. Right? Is that 5 days? 4 ish. I don't know, man. I just be doing shit. I just be saying shit. I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
We out here. We out here, man.
You are out there in Florida.
Yeah. It's so I went to the beach on Sunday. That was cool.
How was it?
Fucking cold.
Yeah, that's
She
probably not
was
great for the beach.
Yeah, she was angry at me because it's been so long since I've seen her. I love your mom. Just listening to your mom just doing shit in the background. I love this. This is the best episode already.
I'm glad you're having fun with this.
I you know what? That implies that you're not. You should be having a ball. You should be having an absolute ball now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not often you get to see your mama. I
it's
mean, well,
true.
you get to see her more than I do. Um, Yeah, I don't get to see mine nearly as often. They're not only are they more than one full state away, they're one full time zone away. So take what
Wow.
you can get, you know? Yeah, I mean, eh, you know, we at least I get to see him now, right? That's you got to take advantage of the times when you do get to see him, because you know my mom's 50 and she's the younger one, right? You know they ain't getting any younger. You
Right?
know,
Gotta
yeah,
treasure the time you have.
yeah, you know, because I statistically speaking, I've got about less than 3 decades left. You know, but you know, medicine gets better all the time, so maybe. But who can really say? You know, um, yeah, you know, you better treasure that shit, man. Um, and also treasure your time being in the city. You know, I'm sure
My
not
time
being
is
at
brief.
Binghamton.
My time
Oh,
is
true.
brief. I leave for Virginia tomorrow and I don't come back till Sunday. And when I do come back, I have to go back
Um, who with whom are you going?
to Virginia.
Yeah,
My dad.
just him.
Yes.
Okay.
My mom has work.
Well, I imagine they wouldn't really go together.
They did last year with me.
Really,
Yeah.
your parents are together enough that they can actually um do group vacations.
Well, they tolerate each other enough, which is good for me.
I don't think my parents are at that level yet.
Yeah, I understand how that's not common.
In about
And
it's been almost 2 decades since they got divorced, and I still don't think they're at that level yet. So
yeah,
that's kind of sad. But you know what? We take those. Um,
I mean, you have to respect how people feel, I
yeah,
guess.
that is true. You know, you can't really force that. I mean, like, I spent about the first 10-ish years of my life being like, they should get back together. They should get back together. They should get back together. But like at this point, it's like, you know what? They never would have worked out, man. They never would have worked out, you know. So
Yeah,
let's, you know, I'm glad they're. I think they're probably both happy where they're at right now. You know, I don't really hear any complaints.
hmm
Um, I mean, not really. I don't really hear a lot of complaints from my dad anyway. You know, he's not the complaining type anyway. So even if he was in a shit situation, I doubt he'd fucking complain about it. But you know how men are, men of that generation. You know, but
yeah. Well,
yeah,
it's never too late for a change.
that is true. That is true. He's getting better. He's getting better. He talks more about his feelings and shit. You know how it is.
Yeah,
Just takes a minute to get him up there. You know.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I've just been. Sadly, I don't get to see him this year for Thanksgiving. It's I see him at Thanksgiving. I think is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, what did I say? Thanksgiving? No, Christmas. At Christmas,
Right.
I'm gonna see him. Yeah, I need to learn what I'm talking about.
hmm
It's hard to say words. The English language is kind of shitty. You know, it's kind of shitty to just say words and shit, man. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. I should just be able to communicate through a series of grunts. But sadly, I've decided to make my entire career be
Yeah,
based on speaking English. What a
that would be
fucking
that would be
yeah.
easier, but you chose to challenge yourself, put a dent in that.
I've chosen to do this for the past fucking 18 months. Good job, Kael. Fucking real smart. So yeah, we're chilling, we're vibing down here in
Yeah,
Florida.
that's good.
Emphasis on the chilling because the beach is fucking cold. Um, the pool at our house is fucking cold. Um, uh, fucking the weather has been pretty good so far, but today wasn't really that great. But we weren't doing anything outside anyway, so it's fine. We yeah, we just picked up what we needed for Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow, and we went and shot a bunch of guns. So that was fucking cool. Um, my mom's kind of been getting scared of like the Florida wildlife. She saw some like wild boars, and I don't know if you heard that story, but it was like a couple years ago. Some like 50 something old lady went out on her like front porch and she got gored to death by a bunch of wild boars and shit, man. It was
No, that's
crazy.
horrible.
Yeah, it was horrifying. So we are just she's decided that she's going to protect herself with the latest self defense technology, which is uh, guns and bullets. And you know what? Based, we love that for her, folks. Um,
I mean, if she feels a genuine threat to her life, then
yeah,
hey, that's terrible.
yeah. I mean, they're dangerous and they're really bad for the economy. Do you know how many like millions of dollars are lost to like wild boars every year in like farming and agriculture? It's a lot. It's
I
like
didn't
really,
know.
really a lot. Yeah. Um, do you know what they do to like hunt uh boars? So with boars, right? You never really um they're never really solitary. When there's like a wild boar, it's usually in a sounder. Sounder's the word. It's not a herd, it's a sounder. But there's usually a whole bunch of them, right? So and they're usually active at night. So what people do is when they know they have a boar problem on a farm, um, they'll like get a bunch of like people together, have them put on night vision goggles, grab their AR-15s, and they go out into the fields. They stay downwind of the pigs because you really have to stay downwind of the pigs. They have a stronger sense of smell than a dog does, so they're very observant and they can see you coming or smell you coming, I guess is the word.
That's interesting, though.
Yeah, and then everyone like picks a different hog and they all pull the trigger at the same time, and you can usually kill like 5 or 6 in the first volley, and then when they're running off, if you're a good enough shot, you could probably take out a few more. But yeah, it's the best way to do it is to take them all out in groups and have as good of a volley as you can in the initial ambush, and you get as many as you can. But they're pretty good. They taste pretty good from what I've heard, and they get to be pretty damn big, right? They're like 200-300 pounds, so it's like it's good eating and it's a lot of eating. You know, you're you're gonna be eating pretty good for a while if you manage to bag a wild boar. Probably like bacon for about 2 or 3 months at least. You know,
Hmm.
that's yeah, that's nothing to sneeze at. So I would highly recommend if you know someone with a boar problem, and you can afford to get all dolled up and go on out there and help them take care of it. I from what I hear, it's a highly uh, it's a really unique hunting experience. It's not like normal hunting, so it's if you're a big fan of hunting but you've never tried that before, I would go for it. Um, yeah, but yeah, so my mom was like, she saw a wild boar, like, um, so she lives in a gated community, and there's 2 gates, and she lives about maybe a third of a mile from the like I don't want to say like back door, but like not the main entrance. There's like a side entrance. She's about that far from there, like walking distance. It's not that far. Um, she's about that close to there, and she she was in her car and she was like driving by it, and she saw a wild boar and two babies just tearing up the landscaping. Right, they like just now fixed it while I've been here, and they tore it up before I got here. That's how much damage they did. And
Wow.
so they're she's a little, she's facing a little bit of trepidation, and like who wouldn't, right? They're wild boars are very dangerous and very unpredictable. So I've been telling her for years she should probably get a gun, but she finally has like listened to me, and she was willing to let me teach her, because last time we went and shot guns together, it didn't really work out super well, because um she picked out like a smaller one, right? Because she thought smaller gun, smaller oomph, And that's not how that works. So it snapped back pretty hard and kind of scared the crap out of her. So she's like, nope, fuck that. Not doing that anymore. So I had her start on like a rifle, like an AR rifle, and that really helped, because it's loud, but it doesn't really like punch back into your shoulder. So she was like, all right, this is not so bad. And then
How old is she?
my mom, she's 50. She
Okay.
she turned 50 this year, back in July. Um, Back when I was house sitting for them in July, she was celebrating her birthday in Italy. So she was having a good time, and I was watching the house. C'est la vie, isn't it? That's yeah. But yeah. So we she's not quite scared anymore, even though she's still definitely not as into them as I am, because this gun range actually has like a bar and grill attached to it. So we sat down for like a late lunch, early dinner type thing, and I was like talking my ass off, because that's like my autistic special interest. Um, and like she was like, "Okay, I don't care that much. I just need one for protection." I'm like, "Oh, but come on, you gotta get into it. That's all the fun. Once you start shooting, you never, and like once you start like going down that rabbit hole, you never go back. It's great. You never want to go back, But like
Hmm.
even even my dad and my uncle, who are like the people who taught me to shoot, they're not nearly as like autistically interested in guns as I am, and it's like I'm sure if I was a little more unstable, it might be a little worrying. But you know what? I just like guns. I just think they're neat. Okay, I just think they're neat. If that's a crime, call me a criminal. Okay, but yeah. So I'm glad I convinced her. I think everyone should own a gun. I've tried to get you to buy one as well.
Yeah, we have different opinions on guns, so
I mean, you guys get bears up there. Is all I'm gonna say. Gotta be, gotta
what?
be.
Excuse me, we get bears? How often do you
Yeah,
expect us to encounter bears?
I mean, they have black bears down here. You know.
In Florida?
Yeah,
I mean, they have
yeah.
a bit of everything in Florida.
They have black bears. They have cougars. They have alligators.
Right.
If you go a little bit further south, they have crocodiles, and those are the really dangerous ones.
Yeah,
Alligators are usually pretty. I wouldn't say docile, but they're not as dangerous. They're perfectly content with killing and eating one of your childs or a small dog. Not really a full grown human. But crocodiles, they don't give a fuck. They'll take your whole family out. They don't give a shit. They'll kill you for fun. They're bastards. Kill them all. Don't actually kill them all. I think that's illegal. But um, kill some of them a little bit. That's my that's my thing of the day. But Did you know it's illegal to kill alligators outside of self-defense in Florida?
Well, good, because I'm pretty sure if there wasn't a rule, people would just kill them off.
I mean, there are literally like farms for alligators because they farm them for their leather and their mate and stuff. But like, you can't kill any of the wild ones, and I think that's bullshit. Because if I see one, I want to shoot it. It's not my fault. Okay. If I am there and I have a gun and I see an alligator, like, come on, right? What what do you think I'm gonna do? Not shoot the alligator? Like, come on. What, are you fucking crazy? Like, he would just as soon kill me. It's just natural selection, you know? Don't you agree?
Well, I don't know. I I don't I don't think we should just shoot them. That's just
Uh,
be the that's
I
just
mean,
that's just the one take I'm gonna add to this conversation.
okay, do you think we should have to kill them in hand-to-hand combat? I think if you can kill one in hand-to-hand combat, you should be allowed to shoot as many as you want, right? Because you put in the work to kill the first one, right? So it's like, okay, you clearly have the skills to pay the bills, so you should be able to do it whenever you want, right? Don't you think so?
Um, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that should be what it's based on, right? Because um, it's like a rite of passage, right? It's like when you first go out for the first time to kill like a squirrel, you don't get like a gun to do it. You have to do it yourself. You have to catch it and like snap its neck with your bare hands before they give you a gun. You know? Is that just me? Is that just my family?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anyone killing squirrels.
I mean, I think more people should kill squirrels, especially one of them is an invasive species. I forget which one it is, but more people should be killing those. Figure out which one is the invasive species and then kill them. That's my that's my advice for today. Uh, there you go. You have my blessing to start killing random squirrels. If
Amazing.
that's yeah, it you know I'm I aim to please. I aim to please. That's my that's where I'm at. That's what I do. That's where I am. That's who I am. I'm just saying words now. Go
Yeah,
kill
you
squirrels.
are.
Go kill all animals. Enforce the will of humanity upon Mother Nature. Do some climate change. Do a lot of climate change, actually. I think that would be pretty epic if you did some climate change. Maxwell, are you going to do some climate change for me?
Well, I kind of do a lot by
You're
driving.
driving down to, yeah, you're driving down to Virginia from New York. You
I'm
know?
not doing that. I'm taking a train.
Oh, God damn it. That's so disappointing. I thought you were going to do more climate change. That's so
Yeah,
sad.
I've done enough driving to get here in the city.
Yeah, but that's like within one state, you know? That's not even really all that far. I think you could do better. I'm going to hold
It's
you to that,
it
okay?
was like 3 hours in the rain, man.
I mean, I've done a lot of things for 3 hours in the rain. Don't ask what though. I'm not
Okay,
at
well
liberty.
I'm
I'm
just
not at
telling you I've
liberty to
been
discuss
driving.
that.
I'm just telling you I've been driving through
And I'm
that.
just telling you, I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
Yeah,
So,
I don't care what you do in the rain. I'm trying to have my conversation here.
I I feel like we're talking past each other a little bit. I feel like it's too late at night. For context, we started recording this at like 11, pretty much. So we're fucking we're fucked. We're yeah, we're up here. Let's talk about some TV I've been watching. Because You know about like Netflix has the rule, and like some of the other things are starting to have the rules where it's like we can't you can't watch the shows when you're not at home. You know, we talked about that, right? The Netflix rule about the home screen thing.
Yeah, we did. If you want to
Yeah,
just refresh anyone who doesn't
yeah.
remember.
So, fuck. I'm forgetting the exact wording of the rule. I think you have to, if you log into your Netflix on like a TV screen or something, like on a smart TV or like your Xbox or something, um, you have 1 month of using it before you have to go back to your home device and log in. And I think it's like that. I think it's like for computers and TVs and shit. Um, I think you're fine with your phone, but I don't want to watch this shit on my phone. You know, I have a decent sized flat screen TV, and I have pretty good double monitors on my computer. I don't want to watch TV on my fucking phone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly. So I don't really fuck with that rule. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that rule's kind of cringe. But I'm home now, so um, yeah, I've just been watching some new TV, and I gotta say, it's not been terrible. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not been awful. Um, that new season of Invincible is pretty good. So far, I just finished watching the newest episode of that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Loki season 2. I finally got a chance to watch that, and you know what? It was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good.
You
I
said
thought
you weren't gonna see it.
I wasn't going to waste my time at home, but you know what? I'm here. I didn't have anything better to do, so I watched the whole thing, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I finished season 1 of The Sandman. I started that on the flight back in September for my birthday, and I came back and I finished the first season. I thought that was really good. I thought that was well, all right. I feel like it sort of rushed to a conclusion and sort of introduced like a new main character halfway through the show, and I didn't really like that, but it was still pretty good. I like Tom Scourge's performance as Dream. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Gwendolyn Christie's really good as Lucifer. Who else? Who else is good in that show? Um, oh, David Thewlis was in it, and he did a pretty good job. There's like an episode where it's just him in a diner with some other people, and I thought it was a fucking phenomenal episode.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was. There's a lot of just really solid, really good episodes in that show, and then it ends. The main series ends at episode 10, but there's like two little vignette side episodes in episode 11, which I thought were just it was nifty, fits in the universe. Neil Gaiman, he sets up a good mythos. What can I say?
Mm-hmm.
I love a good Neil Gaiman story. I go LGBT. Good job, Gaiman. Um, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty solid. So I recommend that, especially because they're gonna do a second season of it. So hell yeah, I would catch up if you haven't started already. Um, oh, I started watching Gen V. I watched the first episode, but definitely seems like something I should be watching on a TV not in my living room, because there's like
Gore.
boobs and wieners and gore. Yeah. Well, there's gore in Invincible, but there's not boobs and wieners in that. Um, Yeah, but that first episode's really fun. The fucking the main character using her own blood as like her superpower, like she's a bloodbender, but for her own blood, so she has to cut her hands open to use her superpower.
Well,
That's a
she.
very
Well, I don't know how much you've watched it.
the first episode, but I assume the progression of her arc is she can also use someone else's blood. Sure. Oh no! In the first episode, she sucks up
Yeah,
that one lady's blood.
she like creates a clot using blood
Yeah,
and her power.
So that is something. I reckon by the end of the show, she's able to like she doesn't need to see it anymore. Like she can just pull it out of you and just kill everyone like that. But yeah, that is a very Garth Ennis, super edgy, like Linkin Park, Evanescence, nothing personnel kid type superpower. So props to them. And the fucking the guy who burns all his clothes off. That's again makes sense. Fucking Garth Ennis. He's something. That guy is really something. He really hates superheroes. Also, I'm really
Yes.
sad we didn't get more Clancy Brown. I'm saying this having only watched episode 1, but they fucking killed him off. They killed off Mr. Krabs in episode 1. You gotta be crazy. You gotta be crazy to kill off Eugene, my boy.
No, it's very funny when it happens.
It is.
All the time. He plays a lot of characters that have the unfortunate habit of dying.
Yeah. Savage Opress.
Yes.
That one guard in Shawshank, except he doesn't die in that one.
Damien Darkblood gets banished to hell.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's the one part of Invincible season 1 that I don't remember all that well.
That is good animated television.
It is. It's very solid. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was. Oh! Speaking of animated television, starring Sandra Oh, she's also in one of the vignette episodes of The Sandman, and she did a really good job in it. I really enjoyed it. I thought her performance was very good. Yeah, I liked. Oh, she's setting a 45-minute timer, chat. Oh my god, what's she setting it for?
I don't know.
That's unsettling. That's unsettling. Imagine someone setting a timer, you don't know what it's for. Uh-oh. Spooky. But yeah, I thought she really made the transition from live action acting to
voice acting
a lot better than most people normally would. And like the main thing I know her from is Grey's Anatomy. And I hate that show. And she's the only person who's actually working on that show. She's the only person who actually tries on that show. The only person who makes it fucking watchable, because you can tell that she doesn't fucking want to be there. And she hates everyone. And she thinks that everyone on that show is a talentless hack.
That's what makes her so good in the show, according to you.
And yeah, because she seems to be the one actor who hates Grey's Anatomy more than I do. You know? By the way, I think I've said it before on this podcast, and I'll say it again. If making bad TV was a felony, Shonda Rhimes would be serving 832 consecutive life sentences for all the fucking bullshit ass crap piss balls television that she makes.
Whoa.
She's terrible. She's the worst fucking person working in TV right now. Her and her bullshit ruin TV. The reason why there's nothing good on cable is because everybody's trying to do Grey's Anatomy, but like different, right? Like They're
I don't know.
doing
You tell me.
Grey's Anatomy, but in a fire station, or Grey's Anatomy, but police, or Grey's Anatomy, but uh, what is it? What's that one show that it got memed to death and then it got canceled? Where it was like this Council of Dads, and I think it's like the one dad kills himself, so like all the other dads have to like band together to raise his kids or something. I don't fucking know. But it's Grey's
Interesting.
Anatomy, but that. So everything sounds like fucking Grey's Anatomy. Nobody is trying anymore because Shonda Rhimes hacked into the minds of fucking suburban housewives with her fucking McDreamy or whatever the fuck. Did you see he won People's Sexiest Man of the Year? McDreamy?
No. No, I
Yeah.
didn't.
I don't know why they gave it to him. It's not like he's been doing anything in acting or anything. What has Patrick Dempsey done in the last 365 days, acting wise? What has he done? Like, they call him the sexiest man in Hollywood. He's not even in Hollywood. He's in Hoboken, New Jersey, man, for all we know. It's not
What?
like, again, he's not in any fucking movies.
That's
Yeah.
absurd.
Fuck Patrick Dempsey. Fuck. Oh, and he was in one of the Transformers movies, so that's how you know he was bad. That's, yeah. Like, I stopped respecting John Malkovich after he was in a Transformers movie. Frances McDormand, cringe, awful, bad, because she was in a Transformers movie. John Turturro, yep, did
In a Transformers movie.
in like five
Multiple
of them.
Transformers movies. But how can
Like-
you hate him for that, you know?
Because they're dog shit. Because it's like the worst franchise of movies ever.
But it's so funny.
It's almost as bad as the Twilight films. And
It
I will
isn't-
still never forgive Kristen Stewart for how bad her acting was in those.
I don't know. I think it's funny how bad they can be. But that's just me.
I mean, true, but you wouldn't let Tommy Wiseau make a real movie, right? Like, you wouldn't give him $10 million, $15 million, $20 million to make a real movie because you know that it would end up like shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And here's another thing. I have a really hot take that I want to spit real quick before we go to the ad break. I've got a real hot take here. And I
Let's
think a
hear
lot
it.
of people are going to hate for this. But you know what? Rules are made to be fucked. I'm going in raw. No lube. Sandpaper dildo up the ass, no lube. Here we go. So you know how? Let's go with a common example. You remember Ant-Man 2015, right?
Yes.
You remember how it was supposed to be Edgar Wright, right? Like it was supposed to be
Yes.
directed by Edgar Wright. Okay. And you know how like they sort of parted ways over creative differences, right?
Yeah. He kind of wrote the screenplay but didn't do the movie.
Mm-hmm. Because they wanted a different director. Okay. Everyone and their mother acts like Edgar Wright was like stabbed in the back and brutalized and wore a crown of thorns and had to drag all across the fucking city of or the province of Judea and got crucified on the hill. They treat him like Jesus fucking of fucking Nazareth because he got fired because they didn't like what he was doing with Ant-Man, right? And I'm gonna say something here. So fucking what? He asked to use their property to make a movie. He asked. He does not own Ant-Man. He is not Stan Lee or Steve Ditko or Jack Kirby or whoever the fuck did Ant-Man. I don't know. He is not Walt Disney's Frozen severed head. You know, he is Edgar Wright. He's made some good movies. Don't get me wrong, but he doesn't have a blank check and free reign over the IP. If I let you in my house, right, and you ask, like, oh, hey, can I grab a beer from your fridge? Sure. Okay. Grab a beer from my fridge. But if you grab all of my beers, I'm not going to say the exact number because I lost count after a dozen.
You have too many beers in your fridge.
I lost count after a dozen, so I'm not going to say how many. But if you grab all of them and you drink them all and you fucking smash them all over the floor and you create like glass traps for me to walk on and cut my feet open and need to go to the hospital for, I'm not going to let you drink any more beers at my fucking house, man. Like, come on. You've lost your beer drinking privileges. And, that might be a really funny bit. It might be really funny to watch you drink all fucking 20 of the beers in my fridge. Man, that might be a really funny thing to see. But I don't know how well that works out for me, and I don't know how much money that's going to make me, okay? So, you're not allowed to drink all those beers. Moral of the story, don't drink all my beers, please. I need those for
Apparently.
Research. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. But yeah, like, if you want to use an established license, right? Like, you've got to play by the rules. You're using someone else's property. You can't act all huffy and up your own ass about it when it's not yours and you didn't create it. If Edgar Wright wants full creative control, he can go and fucking create his own IP, which he has. He did what was it? The Cornetto trilogy. He did Baby Driver. He did what was his most recent one? I know he did something after Baby Driver. I know he did. Oh, Last Night in Soho. He did that too, All pretty fucking good movies. So clearly he's not suffering, right? But if you want to make... If you want to play with the big dogs, if you want to play with the big dog toys, you've got to follow the big dog rules. And he did not. So I'm sick of people treating him like he's like oppressed or fucking martyred or whatever the fuck. He made a movie that the studio didn't like, and they own the fucking rights. Okay, that's it. There you go. And speaking of money and all that shit, we're going to the ad break now. Fuck you. Goodbye. This episode is sponsored by Liquid IV, the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. We've been partnered with them all summer, and I've been using it to beat the heat through some of these particularly nasty heat waves. While it was scorching hot outside, I was staying cool and refreshed with Liquid IV and their 12 delicious flavors.
One stick of Liquid IV in 16 ounces of water hydrates you twice as fast and far more efficiently than water alone, and it also contains 5 essential vitamins and 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks, without any GMOs, gluten, dairy, or soy. Liquid IV is also committed to equitable access to clean water worldwide, partnering with leading organizations to fund and foster innovative solutions with communities that protect both their water and their futures, and donating 39 million servings in 50 plus countries around the world.
Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code IIHSPodcast, all one word, at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code IIHSPodcast, again, all one word, at liquidiv.com. Thank you again to Liquid IV for partnering with us. This episode has been generously sponsored by skunknuggetparenting.com, run by my own talented mother. Parenting is hard. Sometimes kids and parents are like night and day. It can be very hard to get on the same page with them, and a lot of parents have anxiety that maybe they're doing it all wrong. Luckily, there is a service out there that can help. Skunk Nugget Parenting Solutions is a company that provides parent coaching services, resource referrals, and psychological profiling, along with 24/7 phone and text access in an all virtual program. Plus, the first consultation is free. In order to get this amazing service, please visit skunknuggetparenting.com. That is skunknuggetparenting.com. Thank you to Skunk Nugget Parenting Solutions for sponsoring this episode. Thank you all for listening. And now, back to the podcast. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you liked that segue. I thought it was a pretty good segue. Better than the segue that the inventor of segways rode that drove him off a cliff. That was my joke. I thought of that during the break. There you go.
Incredible.
I know. I love it. I love my incredible jokes. Speaking of jokes, I came up with another jokes. Are you ready for my other jokes?
Yes, let's hear your funny quips.
Okay. So I'm packing to go down to Florida, right? I don't remember if this was Friday or Saturday. I think it was Saturday. So I'm like, I'm grabbing a toothbrush, right? And I'm like, do I need to bring like the whole thing of toothpaste? I'm like, nah, if I run out, like it's Florida. It's it's not like I'm going to a third world country, right? And I'm like, wait, it's Florida. Ugh. So I grab the full toothpaste tube. There you go. There's my second jokes.
How was that a joke?
2 jokes for the price of 2 jokes. Yeah.
Wow, I'm dying here from all of this.
It's really funny. So what would you do if like I come up to New York, right? It's been about 6 or 7 years since we've seen each other, right?
It has.
You go in for a handshake, I go in for a hug. It's awkward. We're like, do we correct? Do we continue? And like, we both decide on a handshake. You go in for a handshake. The moment your hand makes contact with mine, my entire body collapses into just a pile of just beetles and spiders and scorpions and centipedes and millipedes and all various types of insects and arachnids. What would you do?
I would feel very hurt and betrayed that my podcasting partner has been a bunch of beetles this whole time.
Well, what if it wasn't like this whole time? What if this is a new thing? You don't know. You never know. But yeah, I just fall apart. Just become just like a just pile of just beetles and bugs and disgusting nastiness. What would you do?
Well, what could I do about it?
Would you crush them, or would you like try and put me back together? I don't know.
I'd probably be like, oh, what the fuck? Oh no. Oh,
and
no.
like some of them start crawling on you.
Well, that'd be horrifying. I don't know.
But they're not like unified in behavior. They're sort of just like.
What do you think I'm gonna do when someone who looks just like you or is you turns into a bunch of millipedes and tiny insects in an instant?
What would you do?
I don't know what I would do. I would just freaking freak out because
you look up from this nightmare scenario. You look up, you see a green witch.
What?
A green witch with a witch's nose on a witch's broom, waving her witch's wand and laughing her witch's cackle and flying away. What do you do?
Obviously, I go after her and find out what that witch is cooking.
So you find her and you stop her, and she accuses you of profiling, and you're canceled on Twitter. What do you do?
Well, I think I'm safe because I'm not on Twitter, so it would be impossible to cancel me.
Well, like you're canceled on Twitter and Instagram, and Binghamton kicks you out. they
Well,
expel you because
then
you're a
I
racist against green witches. What do you do?
you know, I guess it's over for me. I have to drop out of school and reflect on life and
Um,
get all mopey.
but what if you did legit know that she was the one who turned me into bugs, but like nobody believes you?
Well, what would I do?
Would you get revenge for me, or uh, uh, would you bow down to PC culture? You know?
You want me to fight back?
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. I
But
want you to.
it's not really like serious.
I think it's pretty serious.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's pretty damn serious, man. I. What if this happens? I need to
Well,
know.
you know, I'd be really sorry. I would sorely miss you when you turned into a pile of insects.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I would feel.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's
How would you feel? I mean, you would become a pile of insects, but you say you would be
um.
unified in consciousness.
No, no, no. I said they weren't unified. I said they're just like a pile of bugs now, and
Oh no.
They just crawl out of my clothes and
You
shoes.
poor man.
Yeah, I'm just gone. I'm dead.
What the hell?
My soul is trapped in the witch's wand, and she's gonna add it to her witch's brew.
How terrible.
I know, right? It sounds positively dreadful, and uh, yeah, and you die. Um,
Well, I would not.
you would
I'd be
not
fine.
die.
Wouldn't I
I
be
feel like
fine?
you would have a fucking heart attack.
Uh,
I feel like you would have a fucking heart attack.
maybe.
Personally. Um. Okay. All right. You know what? It's Christmas. It's almost Christmas. It will be Christmas when this goes up on Tuesday.
Yeah, well,
Also,
we're all
it's
talking
about
about Thanksgiving.
yeah, yeah. Hang on, hang on. Give it a minute. Everybody, shut the fuck up. Everybody, shut the fuck up, real quick. Everybody, shut the fuck up. Give it. Okay, we got a little bit longer. We got about 45 seconds. Everybody, shut up for like 30 seconds. Give me a minute.
We're all waiting.
Okay, this is taking too long. I was gonna say if you give me about 30 seconds, it'll be Thanksgiving while we're recording this.
I can't
so-
wait that long.
I know. What are you
Um,
thankful for?
You.
I don't like how long you had to hesitate for that, Maxwell.
Well,
I don't
you
like how
know,
long you had to hesitate.
what? Are you not happy with my fucking answer? Say
No,
the
I'm
hype.
happy with your answer. I'm not happy with how long it took you to get there.
Well, it's my answer. So
This
if
is
you don't
like
if you don't like it, then fuck you. But like that's
this
my
is like when
answer.
your girlfriend this is like when your girlfriend has a dream about you cheating and she punches you in your sleep.
Yeah, maybe I deserve it.
Oh, that's fucking funny. Oh, fuck. Uh, Happy Thanksgiving, Maxwell. I'm thankful for you too, buddy. My love, my dear, my darling. Um, yeah, I'm thankful for you too. I'm also thankful that in like 12 hours it's gonna be Christmas time.
Hmm.
What are you most excited about for Christmas?
I don't really know. I'm not very excited about it. All I can think about is school. You know,
Why are you not very excited about it?
because I have so much school to do, and it fucking sucks. And I'm kind of painting through that. I have
Yeah.
I have 2 presentations at the beginning of next week and like a test that I was supposed to do, but has mysteriously not been uploaded.
Oh yeah, that is true.
So I'm like kind of going through it in some ways, and I'm trying to just cope. I'm trying to
Yeah,
cope.
I get that.
But I don't know. Just trying to make the most of what I've got, and it can feel like it's not enough, but it really is. Just gotta accept it,
Yeah, I,
life for what it is. So
I think. Well, think about it like this, right? Don't we only have like 2, 3 weeks of like actual class left after this,
yeah, that's true. That's
right?
true.
Um, like if you look on the calendar, we have Friday. I have until Monday off, and then on yeah, that's 3 weeks of like classes left, and that's pretty fucking hype, man. I'm. It's getting down to the wire. We're getting into that last little bit, but like, I've done my last quiz for pre-calc. I think I talked about that last week, didn't I? I might have. I don't know.
You probably did.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. I think I did. But yeah, it was my last quiz. I've got like a couple more homework assignments and a test. And then I think maybe a cumulative final. I'm not sure, but yeah, I've done all that, and then now I have to I have to finish strong there, and then I have one more unit in um each of my two uh uh in-person classes, and then in my other in-person class, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't think the professor knows what the fuck's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it,
we're kind of
sometimes it's like that.
we're kind of shit out of luck in that regard.
Mm.
But yeah, I've got another paper due not this Monday but next Monday, and I think that's the last paper for that class. And then just about everything is got to finish just about everything there in my 9:30, and then I've got test on Thursday the 14th, and I reckon I probably have 2 tests on Thursday the 14th, and then Friday the 15th is the last day of classes, so I'm gonna be able to enjoy my Christmas break. I've got some big plans for Christmas break. I reckon I'll probably have to bring my PC with me down to where it is that I'm going, because I'll probably be traveling a little bit and I'll probably need it. But I've got some big plans and I'm very excited about that. I think this Christmas season should be pretty solid. I think being able to say that I got through my first semester at my 4-year school relatively painlessly. I won't say fully painlessly, because there are some moments. There are some fucking moments.
Mm-hmm.
But being able to get through it like relatively painlessly, I think is good. And getting decent grades. I bumped up my. Well, I'm still in the C range for one of my classes, but I bumped it up a little bit. I went up like 1%. So, fucking baby steps, I guess. But
Hey, you gotta take those in stride.
yes, exactly. So, yeah, we're trying to survive. We're gonna get there, whether it be triumphantly waving the banner or just barely crawling past the finish line, sobbing and covered in piss. But we're gonna get there eventually. You know? and that's the motivation, right? And I think that's what Christmas is all about. I think,
Oh yeah. How
or
is
at
this?
least like, no, continue. I'm just dying.
No, I mean, how am I gonna how am I gonna make this make sense? You have to connect the dots, man.
So
What does this have to connect it back? What does that have to do with Christmas?
so obviously, like, um, well, Christmas, the birth of Christ was likely not during this time of year, right? It was likely during April, but they moved it back for Saturnalia or the winter solstice celebration, right? Because the winter solstice is the shortest time of day, the day with the shortest like daytime and like the longest nighttime, right? Everything in the autumn is leading up to that moment, right? Like the days are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. We're like the sun is going up at like I'm here in Florida, right? So I'm pretty far south, so it doesn't really change as much. But like the sun is going up at like 7 a.m. and it's going down at 5:30, right?
I
So
see.
like that's barely 12 hours of daytime, or sorry, 10 hours of daytime. No, wait, no, it's 10. It's 10. Sorry, I was looking at my 24-hour clock and I was trying to do math. It is very late. Um, but yeah, it is. It's like 10 hours of daytime, right? And it's only going to get shorter. I think up in Illinois, or like even worse, up in like upstate New York, right? It's going to get down to like 9 hours of daytime, right? And it sucks. And if you're one of the people who gets like seasonal affective mood changes, right? It really really sucks. But when you hit that winter solstice, right? That's it. That's the low point of the year. And from the day after that up until the summer solstice in June, they're only going to get a little bit better every day. They're going to get a little bit longer. They're not going to get all that much warmer, but they're going to get a little bit longer. You're taking the sun back. You've made it through the year. You've gotten to the end. This is the hardest point, but after that, you're coming back, right? And I think that's what all those holidays mean. Hanukkah was all about like making the lamp last for 7 days, right? I forget how many days it is. Thank God I'm not Jewish, because this would be embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's like making that one little bit last, and that in that time of need. I don't know about Kwanzaa, but I assume it probably has something similar, right? All those winter solstice holidays are all about you've made it through the year, and we're celebrating that we all made it through. We're pouring one out for the homies who didn't make it, and we're pouring one into a glass for all the ones that did. And we're ending 2023. I would say this was the year when we were fully back, right? Like 2022, we had some hiccups, right? There was still some like COVID scares, and like, I think you still had to wear masks on planes and shit. And, just all of that nonsense bullshit. But like, here, 2023 is the year where we are fully back. Games are back. Movies had a little bit of a hiccup, but we resolved that. We settled that. I think the actors voted on that. I'm not sure, but we're coming back. We're making moves. We're doing things, and we're like, and I think 2024 is going to be the year where we get some really good movies. Games were back this year. Like all the games that were delayed by the pandemic, I think they're finally done this year. We got our Jedi Survivor, we got Baldur's Gate 3, we got Starfield, we got all those. and we're back. We're back in the swing. By the way, did you see that Starfield didn't even get nominated for like anything in the Game Awards? Like it didn't
Think
get Game of the Year.
think that's okay.
I don't, I saw some games on there that probably didn't deserve it as much as Starfield did because, like, Starfield kept me coming back. Like, Starfield, Starfield and Jedi Survivor didn't get nominated for it. Actually, Starfield might have, but I know Jedi Survivor didn't, and Jedi Survivor is absolutely my game of the year. It might.
Well, what is being considered?
I think it's. I know Spider-Man 2 is on there. Let me get the full list, but it's.
Get it out.
Yeah, we got it. I want to make sure I'm getting my facts straight. GOTY 2023 noms. So we got Resident the RE4 make, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Alan Wake 2, Tot K, Baldur's Gate 3, and I said Spider-Man 2?
I think you did.
Yeah, so Game of the Year fucking Game of the Year 2023 is literally nothing original. Resident Evil 4 literally already came out, right? Like that is literally just a re-release of an old game. Like they changed it a little bit, but it's literally just the same fucking game. And yeah, I think that's bullshit. Like, if any of them deserve to win, Baldur's Gate 3 does, absolutely 100%. Because like it's been so long since Baldur's Gate 2, and they've really just come into their own in the 21st century, where they're like, well, I think they came out in the 21st century, the original ones, but like they've come into the 2020s and they're like, fuck yeah, this is what an RPG game should be, right? But I don't think anyone. All right, so the only thing that Jedi Survivor won, or like what was nominated for. Sorry, they haven't announced they haven't done like the games yet. The only things that's been nominated for are Best Performance for Cameron Monaghan, which is correct, accurate. I hope he wins. Best Action Adventure Game, yes, they should absolutely win that. And then I think that's it. I think that's it. Only 2 games. When that's Game of the Year easily, right? Like, come on. They've literally improved like just about every single thing from Fallen Order, right? It feels like I'm taking fucking crazy pills here. I thought Fallen Order was a fucking phenomenal game, and they improved just about every single possible way in Jedi Survivor. I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills, but it was fucking phenomenal game. It's a really good game, and I feel like it deserves more credit.
I guess it wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough.
I 100%ed Fallen Order, and I've come very, very close to 100%ing Jedi Survivor. Some of those fucking parkour challenges are brutal, especially on mouse and keyboard. Mouse and keyboard is not made for platformers.
No,
it's just not. But like even on controller, I bet it would take me a while. They're fucking hard, but like it was a really, really good game, and it had a really good story. You know, it had some really good characters, it was really good moments, and I think it was like definitely a Game of the Year contender. It probably deserves it way more than fucking Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Like what the fuck? It's just another 2D Mario game. Just another 2D Mario game, right? That's where we're at now. We're nominating that for fucking. I hate it. I hate it here. The state of like games journalism is fucked, even though the state of gaming is fucking great, right? So many good games, but the just the media around it is really bad, especially considering we talked about it a couple weeks ago, right? But Second Wind, Escapist, that sort of thing. By the way, I'm glad to see they're doing pretty well. Their channel's growing at a pretty astounding rate, and like I'm just glad to see that they're finding their footing again, and I hope they can continue to flourish because they absolutely deserve it more than the Escapist does for firing them. It's such a fucking
That's a tough break.
blunder. Yeah, exactly. Such a blunder, but that's what happens. I've talked about it before, and I'll talk about it again. I'm sure in the future, because business people always make the same fucking mistake. And Steve Jobs talked about this in a Playboy interview back in the fucking, 1990s, 1980s. But companies are started by people who have a vision. For example, sorry, I need to take a drink. I've been itching my throat to wake the dead. It's terrible. Okay, but companies are started by people with a vision. So, again, let's go with, well, no, let's not use Apple, because that's a shit comparison, but like, in the games industry, right, we'll go with, Bungie, right? Bungie was started, they were doing, Shadowrun, they had Joe Staten, they had Marty O'Donnell, they had all these people, right, who were there, and then come, 2000-ish, they started working on Halo. They finished Halo 1, they were like, okay, this is a masterpiece, we're gonna fucking we're gonna add more people to the studio, we're gonna give you guys more money. Halo 2, Halo 3, I can't remember if they did ODST or not, but and then they sort of were like, no, we want to go in a different direction, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to Destiny, right? And then they move on to Destiny. 343 Industries starts, and you've kind of got the same issue at both of these companies, right? Where once the visionaries start to leave, as they started to do with Bungie, Joe Staten got kicked off the original Bungie. Marty O'Donnell got kicked off of Bungie, or off Destiny, right? So like, you start getting rid of these people who've been with the company, who have this vision, who have this practical expertise in the field of the product or the service that you're providing, and you start replacing them with people who who went to business school, right? And I've been to business school. It's great, right? Like, nothing wrong with that. But when you're replacing the visionaries with people who have fucking MBAs, you're getting rid of you're losing sight of that original vision. And Bobby Kotick, right? The fucking CEO of Activision, he's just like that. The fucking guy who runs EA, the is this good for the playa meme, that guy, he's just like that. You get rid of the original people, the visionaries, and you replace them with businessmen, and a labor of love becomes a 9 to 5, and people don't want to come to work anymore. People don't think that they're being valued anymore, and people start to leave. And then other companies grab these visionaries. They make their own companies. Then they get replaced by businessmen, and the cycle continues over and over and over again. And the smartest companies realize that you have to keep that balance, but there's always trending in the other direction, because on paper it sounds like it's going to work, right? On paper, the charts always say that if you hire more business people, you're going to make more money. Right. Because you can't account for creativity. You can't chart creativity on a fucking map, right? And that's the problem with these fucking big businesses these days, is they keep doing that. But and you can talk about it with Steve Jobs's fucking his baby, Apple computers, Apple the Apple company, right? He
Mhm.
created that business by grabbing all these he called them refugees from people who jumped off like the ships of other like industries, right? Like people who left Microsoft, people who left. I can't think of any other big computer places that were around back in the 80s, but I'm sure there were plenty. But they kept jumping ship from there, and Steve Jobs was like, "Hey, how would you like to be at a company that actually values you as an innovator, right?" And that's what they did up until Steve Jobs died and Tim Cook took over. And now they're not innovating anymore. You know?
Right.
Like they still kind of are. You know, the Apple VR thing looks kind of cool. Um it looks like with a few tweaks and like maybe like a couple generations from now, like the third generation of that could be like on the level of the Valve Index, right? Like that would be a serious competitor, you know. But like with their phones, it's just the same thing, but different charger now. Now they run on the USB-C because the EU said no more Lightning chargers,
Yeah.
which I think is absolutely bullshit. Fucking anti-consumer practices. Fuck fuck the EU. I think the biggest mistake the EU ever made was existing and not.
Wow, that's quite a serious crime.
Yeah, you know what they should have done? You know what they should have done? Instead of trying to copy the worst U.S. government document plan sort of thing with the Articles of Confederation ripoff that they tried to pull, you know what they should have done? Fucking just become U.S. states. Then we could be the United States of America and Europe.
Yeah,
Right?
they should have
Come
just
on.
given up extra hard.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like they'd be doing any worse. You know, the U.S. has a higher GDP than the entire European Union. The entire European Union. They have
Like
like
combined?
millions. Yes. The EU ain't shit. They're dumb bitches over there. Sorry, Europe, but you're poor and broke. We're rich,
Wow.
you're broke, get used to it. So, yeah, I think all of Europe should have become United States. And there we go. That's how you fix the world.
There we go.
Is you add about 25, 30 more states. Hell yeah. Except they'd have to fucking become profitable. They're not. They're not profitable. They're a losing venture. Germany and France and the UK is not in the EU anymore, but that's made them even worse. Wait, I said that backwards, didn't I? I said the EU is no longer in the UK. That's funny. That's really funny. Good job. I'm
Good job,
clapping in the
you.
middle of this living room, just all by myself. It's very lonely. It's very lonely once you hear
You hear the clapping?
bouncing off like the acoustics and shit. That's
Yeah.
it really
Really hits
really hits
different.
the absurdity. It really highlights the absurdity of where we're at right now.
It's just where we are.
All right.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I need to ask you a question.
All right. Ask away, my good man.
What is the thing you want most in the world?
Forgiveness.
For your sins?
Yeah, I guess.
No, for real though.
Yeah, that's what I want.
What did you do that you need to be forgiven for? Pray
Well,
tell.
what if I just like have that feeling? You know.
That would be the most Maxwell thing you've ever said in your entire life, actually.
Oh, wow, real mature.
that you feel as though you need to apologize for things that you haven't even done, or you
Well,
feel the need to apologize even though you've never been asked to,
yeah,
or
I
like
feel the need
been yeah.
to
That's a very
explain that.
Maxwell thing to say. Um, do you need a hug, dude? Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
okay.
that was a lot darker than I thought.
Sorry,
it
you
was
asked
gonna
the question.
I know, but that was for the. I was asking for the big red button, and I didn't know you were gonna get that real. I didn't realize you were gonna get that real.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
you made the mistake of asking.
that's true. That's true. You were getting pretty real earlier during the whole like you're stressed about Christmas and like how you're not able to enjoy it anymore. You know what? Yeah. This is pretty this is a pretty fucking dark time of year for you. Pun very much intended.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the bigger
If you can get
the
your words.
the large crimson. God damn it! I can't think of a synonym for button. Fuck you. That whatever that is. Here it is. Are you ready? Here we go. You can have the thing you want most in the world, but you will never be able to breathe through your nose again. It will be both stuffy and runny for the rest of your life.
No, that's so sad.
Literally cannot breathe through your nose ever. You can blow your nose 1,000 times. Like, you can go through like the entire tissue aisle at Walmart, blow your nose 1,000,000 times, constantly both runny and stuffy. But you can finally feel as though you are forgiven for your sins.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's me at a regular like
Yeah,
state.
right now.
Is runny nose,
Yeah.
congestion, max uncomfort.
I have I have a deviated septum. I think I've talked about this before. But my left nostril is larger than my right. And of course that's
Interesting.
the one that has decided to be stuffed up right now. But ever since I got mono about 10-ish years ago, no, it's more like 8 now. But no. Around this time next year it'll be 10. I got mono, and ever since then, ever since I recovered from mono, I have not been able to breathe through both nostrils for an entire day.
Wow.
Like ever. Yeah, it's awful. So don't get mono, kids. Don't kiss people. The worst part is I don't even think I got it from kissing anyone, because I hadn't kissed anyone for a while when I got it.
Maybe you just formed it.
Yeah, I'd kissed someone like 2 years prior, and that was it. You know? So shitty. And I think I had spent that summer having a crush on a girl who also had a crush on me. And like we were like backyard neighbors, right? But we never kissed or anything, so I didn't get mono from her. That's a shame. But you know what? Life goes on. Yeah, but I wouldn't press it. That would be that not worth it. Not worth it. I value the amount of breathing I can do.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah, fuck.
Gotta hold on to that.
It's so bad. Oh, it's awful. It's oh man. That's just I don't even know why I asked that. That's just so bad. I don't even want to think about that. Man. That's bad. I if yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a worthy trade. I don't even know what I would get in this because I don't know what I want the most. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, it sucks.
Huh. Well, sometimes I'm sorry that happened to you, That's
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. I hope that you can, still make the most of a bad situation, but I am
I
willing to
mean,
just sit here with you.
yeah, we lived. I mean, how do we know that this isn't the thing I want most in the world? How do I know we haven't gotten it already? And it's yeah, right here. Here we
Hmm.
go.
I guess we got to ask ourselves that.
Yeah. I just I just opened Twitter. Why the fuck does
What?
Young Sheldon looks about as old as fucking Jim Parsons was in the first season of fucking Big Bang Theory. Bing Bong Bazonga Theorem.
Big Bong Bazonga. Well, that shows how much time has passed. This man's old now. He's no longer young Sheldon. He's
Okay.
now old Sheldon.
All right, we're going to look into this, right? So, Jim Parsons is the same age as my mom. They're both born in 73.
Okay.
1973 to 2007. How long is that? He would have been in his 30s. That's 34? 34. And now in young Smalldorf, where is young Smalldorf? Ian Armitage. Oh, Jesus Christ. You want to know something really depressing?
Oh, I can't wait. Tell
Ian
me.
Armitage isn't even as old as the Big Bang Theory. Ian Armitage was born in 2008. Big Bang Theory premiered in 2007. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I'm older than. Oh, man. That's fucked up. Also, did you know that he's. Oh, that's a different Richard Armitage. I thought it was. I thought. So, it said that Ian Armitage's grandfather was Richard Armitage, right? And I'm like, oh, cool. Like the guy who was in The Hobbit, right? No, it's a different Richard Armitage. It's two different Richard Armitages.
Hmm.
That's that. I think that name is too common. We got to get rid
Apparently
of
it
Ian.
is. Apparently it's more common than we realize.
Yeah,
So a surprise.
we gotta get rid of a few of them,
Oh, okay.
and I think that's a good way to end the episode. Thank you
All
very much
right.
for watching. We want to thank our patron Justin Connor. Thank you very much for supporting our efforts to get rid of one of the Richard Armitages.
That's what we're about now.
For legal reasons, that is a joke. There you go. For legal reasons.
Yeah, whatever those are.
Reluctantly, I will say, for legal reasons, that it is a joke, and I don't intend to do that. But I will make one of them change their names, and that is a promise. If anyone of you would like to contribute to that financially,
yes.
Head on over to patreon.com/IIHS podcast, where you can also get early access to all these episodes ad-free, as well as our movie commentaries, where we're still working on it. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. It'll be out when it's out. It'll be out when it's out. It'll be out when it's out. I'm sure maybe we'll do Ahsoka here in a bit. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. Social media. If you want to follow us on social media and get access to Q&A, topic suggestions, general updates, we are at IIHS Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and YouTube. So go follow us there, you silly billies.
You silly billies.
Exactly. Is that what you're called now? Is that what the audience is?
I don't
I
know.
think so. Fucking we need to come up with a name for you guys. That's your homework, guys. Hit us up on social media with the what we should call the fan base. There you
Hmm.
go. So you guys go figure that out. But I've been incredibly influential,
But I've been highly successful.
and we'll talk to you guys next week. But hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas. It's the Christmas season, so happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Goodbye. Love you. Goodbye.